So dear friends, Sister Trubal already shared or touched upon the grassroots effect and how we practice, and basically our practice ripples outward and others will practice as well. This is addressing the question on how to share mindfulness with friends. I think all of us who have found something very beautiful, very pure in our lives, whether it's a book or a song or a practice like mindfulness, we may have all undergone a period where we want to Twitter or Facebook or go around telling all of our friends how wonderful this is. And we may experience mixed responses, whether they really appreciate it or maybe non-reactional, like there's no, either way is fine for them. Or it may be a less encouraging reaction. And in my own experience, actually I found that the best way to share the practice is really by practicing. I remember when I went to Deer Park for the first time. Well, not for the first time, but on my own volition. I was one of the children whose parents dragged them to retreats. I went on my own, and actually what touched me the most wasn't what the monks and nuns were sharing, or even how delicious the food was, or even the grounds themselves, even though they're very beautiful. But actually it was the smiles that I was seeing on the faces of the monastics. It was the practice that they were generating. It was the practice that they were embodying, that they were living. And so even as we come here and we share with you, and I know that we've all been talking a lot, but actually, hopefully what you've been receiving and what's been touching you the most isn't these words that's coming out of my mouth, even of this moment, but the way that we as sisters and brothers interact with one another, the way we interact with you, our friends. So when we go home and we practice wholeheartedly for ourselves, we're actually practicing for those around us. We're directly spreading the practice. And sometimes we need to be very patient. Maybe we love someone very much and we see that they're suffering, and we know that the practice of mindfulness will help them very much. But we really need to exercise patience and to really know when is the right time for us to come and share with them or to not share with them, and to just continue to practice quietly, stably, and sooner or later they will come. This is, I think everyone who has practiced mindfulness has experienced this, where someone will come and say, "Wow, you look really fresh today," or like, what is that you're doing in the morning before you eat your food? And we don't need to be very dramatic about it. Like if we're, let's say we go and get some coffee with some friends, and we sit down, and suddenly we're like, okay, hold on, close our eyes. We sit up straight, and we're like, hold on. We don't need to do that. We can just kind of sit there quietly, and everyone can be talking and chatting, and we shouldn't demand that either from our friends, because it'll just be strange. I think that's enough.